They found Marcus Webb's camera at the bottom of the lake. Every photo on it was normal: birthday parties, weekend hikes, a family barbecue. Except for the last one. In the last photo, Marcus was smiling at the camera, and standing directly behind him in every single shot was a figure no one had ever seen before. The problem wasn't who the figure was. The problem was that Marcus had been completely alone when he took every single one of those photos. Marcus Webb was the kind of man who documented everything. He was 34, lived alone in a quiet suburb outside Ashford, Oregon, and carried a vintage film camera everywhere he went. Not for attention, not for social media, but because he believed moments deserved to be remembered. His neighbors knew him as friendly but private, the kind of man who waved from the driveway but never stayed long enough for small talk. In October of 2019, Marcus took a 2-week solo trip to the Pacific Northwest: dense forests, misty trails, and endless silence. He told his sister Dana that he needed to reset. She didn't think much of it. He took trips like this every year. But this time, something followed him back. The first week of the trip was uneventful. He stayed in a small cabin near the Willamette National Forest, hiked every morning, and spent his nights developing film in a makeshift darkroom in the bathroom. He photographed everything: fog rolling through the trees, moss-covered creek beds, a fox near a ridgeline. On day 9, something changed. He called Dana that evening. She later told investigators he sounded distracted, not scared, just unsettled. He said he kept feeling like he wasn't alone on the trail, that he would stop walking and hear footsteps continue for a few seconds before fading into silence. He laughed it off and blamed echoes, but Dana told him to come home early. He said he only had a few days left. Those were the last words she ever heard from him. On day 12, Marcus Webb didn't check out. The cabin owner found the door wide open, the bed unmade, his boots still by the door, as if he had left in a hurry, barefoot, in the middle of the night. His car was still there, his wallet and phone still on the nightstand. Only Marcus was missing, and so was his camera. Search and rescue combed the forest for days. They found nothing. 3 weeks later, a fisherman pulled a waterproof camera bag from a lake nearly 40 miles away. Inside was Marcus's camera. The film was intact. When the photos were developed, there were 26 images: landscapes, wildlife, the cabin interior. All normal. Until the last photo. The final image was a self-portrait. Marcus had set the camera on a rock, triggered the timer, and stepped into frame, smiling, relaxed, completely unaware. Standing behind him, about 10 feet back, was a figure. Tall, dark clothing, face slightly turned away. Investigators showed the image to Dana. She didn't recognize it. No database match came back either. But when they reviewed the rest of the photos, something worse appeared. The figure was in all of them. Standing in the trees behind Marcus, reflected in the creek water, visible through the cabin window. Just always there. Marcus had never noticed. Dana couldn't stop looking at the photos. She went through them again and again, trying to find something missed. One evening, her daughter walked into the room and asked what she was looking at. Dana showed her the last photo. Her daughter stared at it for a long time. Then she said quietly, "Mom, that's you." Dana laughed at first, thinking it was impossible. But then she looked again. The stance, the slight tilt of the shoulder, the way the figure stood, one shoulder lower than the other from an old injury Dana had carried since childhood. She had never been to Oregon. She had never gone on that trip. She had been home the entire time. Dana Webb never found an explanation. She stopped looking at the photos after that night. But sometimes, when she's alone in a quiet room, she gets the same feeling Marcus described on the phone, that she isn't alone, and that something, somewhere behind her, might be watching, wearing her face. Marcus Webb was never found. The figure in the photographs was never identified. Like, share and subscribe for more content like this.